sciences, social sciences, but what exactly is the end goal? The end goal of any education system, according to me, is that you must be able to train a young person ways and means how to navigate the complexities of life. You have to tell him how to acquire knowledge. You have to tell him how to skill himself. You have to tell him how to utilize his potential as an individual. And more importantly, which is every educationist's purpose in life, which is to become the agent of change and ensure that you help, if not fully, to great extent, in formulating what we call is a just and a sustainable world. We are seeing these challenges every day. The most, let's say, in your face challenge is what happened. I don't know whether people in the audience would agree with me or not, but I must say, is what happened on Diwali, or just before Diwali. Every intelligent person would know that if you burst crackers, it's not going to help your cause. But we went ahead and did we educate our youngsters, the parents, the society as to the amount of damage it will cause? I don't think so. We failed there. So when I say that you rear youngsters, children, to contribute towards what is just and move towards a more developed but a sustainable ecosystem, it is this which is missing in our education system. You may belong to any branch of education, it doesn't matter. But the end goal should be that you have an individual who contributes constructively to the ecosystem. One of my favorite readings, insofar as education is concerned, and I'm not going to read it because I've already been shown the slip, is what Abraham Lincoln wrote, I'm told, to his son's school teacher. I'm not going to read it, but it is a must read for anyone who is an educationist. It's very easy to get it now, because if you Google it, you get it, because if I start reading it, it should be on any slip, so I don't want to get into that soon. But briefly, let me just tell you what is disappointing today. And the numbers that are available, again, from the Government of India data, show that between 1951, when we, just about the time when we attained independence, the literacy rate in the country was 18%. It's a combined literacy rate between urban and rural. And every decade thereafter, except between 1961 and 1971, it grew at the rate of 10%. So as per the 2011 census, the literacy rate post-independence is 74%, where men have a literacy rate of 81% and women have 67%. But what is troubling, and this is a thought that I want you to mull over, is that if you pick up a sample of 1,000 people across the country, which is persons from the age group of 5 and above, you find that out of every 1,000 people, persons who got graduation is, if you take men, it is only 40, if you take men, it's 64 out of 1,000. And women, females, are 42. Post-graduation, men 18 out of 1,000 and women are 14. So it breaks down to graduates about 6.4% amongst men, 4.2% amongst women, and post-graduation it's about 1.8%. 1.8% than 1.4%. It is a dismissal figure. And what bothers me even more, and as educationists I think all of you should be bothered about, is the reasons for persons not enrolling in educational institutions. We can have another day discussion as to why, what is the kind of education that our institutions are giving. There's a huge problem. There may be exceptions. IITs may be exceptions. IIM may be exceptions. There are some schools which are an exception. But the reasons, apart from various, are, first of all, some people are not interested in education. You can have those kind of people. And financial constraints, engaged in domestic activities. And when you come to domestic activities, out of every 1,000 persons, 218, which is about 21.8%, are women. So therefore, women necessarily have to look after house and hearth. They can't get educated. And especially where women are concerned, there are two additional reasons why women can't get education. Non-availability of female teachers, and this is something, Mr. Patra, you must look at, and non-availability of toilets for girls. The third factor is actually community. So when you look at this kind of an ecosystem, you realize that some of us sitting in this room are very lucky. I was lucky I went to a good school here, which is why I'm here. But there is a vast majority of youngsters who haven't made it. It's not because of lack of potential. It's because of lack of opportunity. It's because of lack of education vis-a-vis their children, vis-a-vis the children's parents and their grandparents. When an impediment such as community comes in, there is obviously a lack of education. Where parents tell their children not to, especially the girls, that you can't be educated, your brother can be educated, you have to look after the house, you have to look after other members of the family. And these are aspects that as educationists and other people who are change makers, whether you are in politics or even when we sitting as judges, we should do our bit. One of my pet peeves as a judge was, we have roster, I don't know how many of you know how judges operate, in a particular jurisdiction in a given set of period. So I used to have education once during my lifespan as a judge, and that was the toughest roster. What I found was there were youngsters who want to get into institutions, but they were stopped for some silly reason that the original of his base degree was not attached. And I would always tell the lawyer for the institution when you rejected such an application, why is it so difficult for you to coordinate with that institution? Pick up the phone, use the email, find out, is this a genuine degree? Why do you reject it when people are fighting for one mark or the other? So my constant refrain was that we devise ways of ensuring that children are kept out of institution rather than brought into institutions. Thank you very much, because I don't want another slip to be shown for your patience.
Very kind of you. Thank you, sir. And my sincerest apologies if it was taken otherwise. Thank you very much for your time and your valuable insights. A dynamic parliamentarian and articulate communicator, he is known for his contributions to policy discussions, social justice, and governance. Dr. Patra represents Odisha and plays a key role in voicing the state's developmental priorities at the national level. Join me as I welcome our guest of honor, national spokesperson at Biju Janata Dal BJD and Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, Dr. Sasmit Patra.
Thank you so much. How many checks? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege and an honor to be invited to the BW Business World Education Lighthouse Awards. My dear brother, Dr. Anurag Batraji, thank you so much for inviting me. We have known each other for a few years, but every time I've interacted with you, I'm always touched with the energy and the vision that you have through Business World. So thank you, keep inspiring and keep helping all of us go together. My colleague, I won't say former colleague, I'll still say my colleague, former Union Minister, Dr. KJ Alphonse ji. You've always inspired us in the canteens of Parliament, in the Central Hall, and you still inspire us. So thank you for such a tremendous inspirational figure that you are. Your Lordship, Honorable Justice Rajiv Shakdar ji, Chief Justice of High Court of Himachal Pradesh, and presently practicing in the Supreme Court. Thank you, Your Lordship. I was listening to you very intently, and in fact some of the areas that you really mentioned relating to the GER falling, basic washrooms not there for girl children, I think are basic necessities. This is something that we have grappled with over the years. Things are improving, hopefully faster, but we are on the job, I can assure you of that. In fact, today I'm doing the job of the government, and the government is doing the job of the opposition, with all due respect. But thank you so much. I brought a 2-page note to talk about, but when I looked at the list of speakers and the list of awardees, I felt, why don't I talk about them, because each of them have touched me in some way, very interestingly. And it's not like, while most of them I have known personally, there are some, though I haven't had the privilege of meeting earlier, they have touched my life. So I will forsake that 2-page note, because tremendous intellectual strength has been provided by both my speakers, and probably dwell on why they are lighthouses in my book, why they are so important. I firstly come on the serial order as it there, Dr. Pramat Raj Siddhaji. Ashoka University, and prior to that, ISB. I don't know how many of you have been to ISB, but when ISB was actually envisaged, it was thought of once of its kind. And that model didn't exist for many years, even doesn't do it today. At Ashoka University, usually we go for professional education. But Ashoka University, when it was envisaged, and I had an opportunity to interact with different people with Ashoka, to be a liberal arts university in India is very brief. But to have done that, and many of my friends, their families have been blessed by Ashoka University. So thank you so much for being a great blessing, for being a great source of inspiration for us. Mrs. Rekha Puri ji, I haven't had the privilege of meeting you personally. It's my first time. But ma'am, you have touched my life with something very interesting. My daughter was seeking admission for her 11th in Delhi. I came at that point of time, I was probably 2-3 years as a member of parliament in Delhi, and I thought, okay, a member of parliament should get me through the door, hopefully. So I had interactions with your school, and they said, sir, even if it's the Prime Minister's office or anyone, we have standards and we will keep it. So thank you so much for letting us know, in Lutyens Delhi, power won't get you. Your talent, your merit, which basically shows you have evened out the field in Lutyens Delhi. Thank you for being such inspirational. You touched my heart that day when you refused admission to my daughter. And I thank you for that, because it tells me that everyone has an opportunity with your school. That is truly inspirational. Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe, I have troubled you a lot. Institutions after institutions with half-baked ideas would come in, and I I would run to Professor Says to put this up. Can you help us? The portal is not working of AICT. Can you help us? I've never seen once talk tomorrow. You know, therefore we are meeting at exalted places all the time. Thank you so much because AIU, and I'll tell you why. Because for 3 years I was on the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Education, and AIU used to be a critical area on equivalence of degrees, especially FPM into PhD. At every given instance, whenever I have come to you, you said, Dr. Patra, no problems, we'll figure out a way. If it was a degree that was beyond the purview of AIU, he found out ways. If a university was not listed from Odisha on the AIU platform because of some technicality, you ensured it. So you have touched my life. You've touched lives of millions across. Thank you so much for being there. Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan ji, I had a privilege of interacting with him virtually. He's not here today, but I've already met members from Amity. But I had the privilege of being twice to Amity and giving talks. And one thing that I've always felt is, he was one of the first people who thought about professional education in the way he did, when in India no one was thinking about it. People thought about the plaster laga do, kuch kar do, and then start an engineering or a management. No, he thought about it in a world-class way for Amity, many, many decades back, when people didn't have the courage to take loans and do something like that. And Amity as an institution has not only progressed, it has touched millions of lives. And every time I'm on the Amity campus, let me tell you, I feel inspired and touched with the vision that this great man had some 3 decades back, which is truly inspirational. Now I come to my dear brother and my friend who is in this room, Professor C. Rajkumarji, the founder, Vice Chancellor of O.P. Jindal Global University and the Dean of Jindal Global Law School, along with his wonderful wife, Pratibha. Pratibha, thank you so much for being here. Wonderful couple. Let me tell you an interesting thing, how they have touched my life and why they're Lighthouse. Chits, please. Okay. No, I'm just joking. You know why and how? In 2021, we had a conversation. He said, Sasmit, you are a member of parliament. You've been a professor. You've been a dean. You've forgotten your earlier love of education. I was being a professor. So I said, what do we do? You know, I don't have a schedule. He said, we'll curate a schedule for you. And you come up with a course called as Law, Politics and Society. You offer it twice in a year, 45 hours each. So I used to travel twice a week till we could complete the course, right up to Sonipat and back. That was like 6 hours of involvement. And he said, no problems. You come. It was like 2 hours, then a break and 2 hours, or 1.5 hours, then break and 1.5 hours. Law, Politics and Society. And I want you as a practitioner, you've been a professor, you've been a dean, you are a lawyer, and you are a politician and a parliamentarian. So I want the kids to really understand how law comes in, because you are a legislator, how politics is behind it, the political intent, you're a politician, and then the impact on society. So then we curated an entire 45-hour session, which unfortunately I have played truant and I'm unable to do it now because of my time constraints. But every time I went to O.P. Jindal Global University, I've seen from a normal, small little building the way Raj has built that institution into a world-class university. Many, 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 many accolades to you. I feel so inspired. I've been touched. Sorry, I'm taking a little time, but I'm coming to the wonderful young man in the room, Mr. Pratham Mittal. Your father is a great friend of mine, and I haven't still got the bundi ke laddu. So, Dr. Ashok Mittal, lovely professional university. I have always been inspired by the vision. From being one of the most beautiful and the most delicious, cuisine items that you can actually think of, to actually come up and do something like this. And trust me, you're not on your father's shadow. You have built your own charted path. And that is truly inspirational about you, which is really amazing. And last but not the least, he may not be today with us in this room, Dr. Pritam Singh ji. His family is here. But when I was thinking of doing my MBA, it was in the year 2000, and we used to think, who was the doyen for us in the business education field? Dr. Pritam Singh. The man who could think out anything out of the blue and create a new model of education in the business education? Dr. Pritam Singh. IIM Lucknow came up because of whom? Dr. Pritam Singh. MDI Gurgaon came up because of whom? Dr. Pritam Singh. Education in the management domain, because I have done my MBA, one could not think beyond Dr. Pritam Singh. And I had to, again, he's touched me, you know how. I was made a distinguished honorary professor by MDI Gurgaon when Professor Chakravarti was there as the director. So I also spent some time in actually curating some of the academic stuff with MDI Gurgaon. And there, I came to learn the greatness of this man by the people whose lives he touched, how he transformed MDI Gurgaon. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You are the true inspirational heroes. Keep shining. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Patra. Today's event is being streamed live across all BW Business World platforms, including our social media channels and on www.bweducation.com. Join the celebration of the evening by using the hashtag BW Lighthouse Awards. Before we start with the awards, I would like to request all the winners to kindly get down from the stage on the left side for their individual portraits, and a humble request to all the winners to stay back with us till the end of the ceremony for a group photo, which is to be the magazine cover. Ladies and gentlemen, now here is the time to honor the stalwarts of Indian education at the inaugural edition of BW Education Lighthouse Awards 2025. Join me as I welcome the presenters. Please put your hands together for Dr. Anurag Batra, Chairman and Editor-in-Chief, BW Business World, and Founder, Exchange for Media Group. Join me as I welcome the former Minister of State, Independent Charge, Culture and Tourism, former Minister of State, Electronics and IT, former member, NEP Drafting Committee, and an author, the winning formula 52 Ways to Change Your Life. Please put your hands together for our chief guest, Shri KJ Alphonse. Let's bring up a very enthusiastic cheer as I welcome on stage ladies and gentlemen, join me as I complete the presenters on stage. Please put your hands together for Honorable Justice Rajiv Shagda, former Chief Justice, High Court of Himachal Pradesh. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the inaugural edition of BW Education Lighthouse Awards 2025. And the first category is BW Education Person of the Year 2025. An educationist, entrepreneur, and institution builder. He is the founder and trustee of Ashoka University, founding dean of the Indian School of Business, founding senior partner at Jet Synthesis, Jetri, and founder of Harappa Education. A former McKinsey partner, he is widely recognized for pioneering transformative models in higher education and leadership development in India. Ladies and gentlemen, BW Education Person of the Year 2025 goes to... An absolute delight and an honor to welcome founder and trustee, Ashoka University, founding senior partner, Jetri, founding dean, ISB, founder, Harappa. Please put your hands together for Dr. Pramath Raj Sinha.
I have known Pramath since class 1, 1970. He was always a front bencher. Since I have known him for a lifetime, this award is perfectly apt for him. From those school benches to universities and boardrooms, he's carried the same humility and grace. Congratulations, Pramath. Proud, inspired, and lucky to have shared this journey with you. I'm sure your life would be a little boring. We haven't had coffee for last 6-7 weeks, isn't it? And a word for BW Education too. I'm sure you couldn't have done a better job of finding the right test person for this award. Congratulations to you.
Hi, I'm Vikas. I've had the privilege of walking alongside Pramath for many years now, not just as my business partner at 9.9, but also as a dear friend and a mentor. I still remember when he came to me with this idea for the Young India Fellowship. I'll admit I was skeptical. A liberal arts postgraduate program in India, it sounded noble but ambitious. Yet Pramath had that quiet conviction that only he has, that India needed a space where bright young minds could think critically, express freely, and discover themselves. Thank you, Pramath, and I wish you all the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up a bigger, better, bolder round of applause for BW Education Person of the Year 2025 at the inaugural edition of BW Education Lighthouse Awards 2025.
This is a bit overwhelming because I wasn't expecting the two videos. Thank you for that. This is a moment that is very special because of the people who are in the room. I've had the privilege to spend time with Dr. Alphonse and always been very inspired every time we've had a chance to meet. Justice Shakhtar, we've never met, but you just mentioned that my colleague Sanjeev Bikhchandani is a classmate from Columbus. I'm not borrowing your idea, Mr. Patra, but as I was sitting here, I was feeling that it was very special to have people who you know when you're getting the award. But thank you for your kind words, and if Raj is going to get you to Sonipat, you must come to Ashoka as well. We are not that far. What can I say about Anurag? He really twisted my arm to be here today. But to break the seriousness of the event a little bit, I have to tell a story, which my co-founder, Shresi Singh, who's here, will say is a cringe story. But I've known Anurag so well, I don't know, some of you know that he wears different colors on different days of the week. And he wears not just outside clothes in a certain color, but even his underwear in that color. So I was in a New York B2B conference, I think it must be 15, 20 years ago, and people were saying, how come, how do we find out good partners in India? And I said, it's easy, you just ask us. We know the insides of everybody who you could partner with in India. I know what color underwear Anurag Batra is wearing. I won't embarrass you today.
I do wear green on Wednesday, and yes, I am wearing green on Wednesday. And talking of my suit, just to, and because thank you, Pramath.
Thank you.
Go on.
I just wanted to say that I see two school principals who are some of my favorite people. Great to see you both here, Sonia and Rupa. And of course, as I move around the room, Dr. Sahasrabudhe, I don't know if you recall, but do you remember? I don't even remember the year, but he gave me my first person of the year from FICCI. Do you remember, instead of Dr. Alphonse, it was you who I got the award from. Dr. Mittal, what can I say? We keep running into each other. She's writing a wonderful book, and I'm a chapter in your book. So thank you so much. It's so kind of you to have invited me and then to be here with you. I'll come to you last. Mrs. Puri, we've never met, but two of my nephew's children are in your school. They are like my grandchildren. One of them is a special child. And it's really special what you have created. Of course, you're a great feeder school for Ashoka. So it's great for us. But I just want to end by Dr. Preetham Singh. To be here on the same forum and stage with Dr. Preetham Singh and Pratham is really the era that we are living through. I remember that Dr. Preetham Singh, his son, is his family here? Because his son used to work at Tata Telecom. And he was in Hyderabad.
They're in Hyderabad today. Because
so he would come to Hyderabad, and then he would come to hang out with me on the campus at ISB.
Vipul.
Yes, yes, Vipul, correct. So, and that's how I got to know him. And of course, I got to know him over the years. We served last on the board of JKLU together. But truly somebody who changed the face of management education. If the first IMA, BC were the leaders, I think what he did with management education was truly pioneering, and you witnessed that. Pratham and I often get our names confused by people. People do call me Pratham now after you. We have the same letters, but more importantly, we both share an alma mater. We both went to the University of Pennsylvania. Of course, I have to say that while everybody talks about you and your father, not enough people talk about his mother. Who really runs LPU, and is a very, very inspiring person. I've had the privilege of meeting her. I do want to thank two special people who are here with me today. Shreyasi Singh, who has been my business partner in Harappa Education, where we experimented with online, and our founding partner, Jetri. But I also want to recognize somebody who really represents the future of education and why we are here. Dipanita Malik is a graduate of Ashoka University. She's part of my team, and she's the one who makes me look good. So thank you, Dipanita, for everything that you do. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This is truly a very, very special moment. Thank you very much for this award.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say that I do many awards, I said, but this award, everyone is a stalwart. They're true leaders. Their accomplishments are huge. By honoring them, we're reiterating the role of models that they stand for. And I can tell you about Dr. Pramath Raj Sinha. I first got to know about him when he joined as the MD of ABP. He came from McKinsey. He was an advisor of McKinsey.
I should mention that, I'm sorry to take up time, but I have to say this. I led the McKinsey team that looked at the turnaround of Business World. Business World magazine used to be number 3. Business Today and Business India were ahead of us. And we made it into a weekly and made it a 10 rupee magazine and became number 1 in those years. And then, of course, when I became the MD, I was running the magazine. So it's a full circle to be awarded by the magazine that you actually were part of. But go ahead.
But I have to tell you about Dr. Sinha, that I was appointed by Professor Sahasrabudhe on the board of MDI as an AICT nominee. The first person I picked up a phone and said, what do I do as a board member of a business school? And I went with a whole questionnaire. I mailed him and said, I took the role very seriously, sir. And he gave me his advice. Then my daughter, who passed out of Vasant Valley, and she had multiple universities, and me and Niti went to, and we for 2 hours watched how he talked to Prarthna. And of course, I've known him for building the institutions that he's built. And Shreyasi, we should have got you in the AV. event has been done at a very, very short notice, but in the full interview and the AV that we'll make on winners, Shreyasi, we'll definitely have you as part of that. Welcome, Dr. Ashok Chauhan. Thank you, Atul. So, Pramath, thank you for being who you are. And there are very few people in the educational ecosystem. You meet competition, you meet people who are in some way competing with you. But I have never met in my 25 years anyone who's ever said anything negative about Pramath. In fact, on the contrary, everyone is in awe. Recently, a friend of mine quit a media company as an MD and CEO, and the only person apart from two other people in media I went to advise was Pramath. And he said, I want the clarity of thought he brings. So for an individual who's built institutions and who is not getting done yet, I'm sure he'll build many more institutions and carry on the legacy. Please give Dr. Pramath Raj Sinha a bigger round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, BW Education Person of the Year 2025. With this, the inaugural edition of BW Education Lighthouse Award 2025 moves on to the second category for the evening, BW Education Best School of the Year 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, under her leadership, the school, Basant Valley School, has upheld high standards of academic excellence and holistic development, fostering innovation and creativity in education. She is widely respected for her commitment to nurturing young minds and advancing quality education in India. And the BW Education Best School of the Year 2025 is... Audience, congratulations to Mrs. Rekha Puri, Chairperson, Basant Valley School. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the BW Education Best School of the Year 2025 team with a bigger, better, bolder round of applause.
Good evening. Mrs. Rekha Puri is truly a lighthouse. To be able to imagine an institution in Vasant Kunj, like Vasant Valley, almost 40 years back, to build it to the level it has been built, the impact on students, look at where the students have gone. And I personally know because, both my children have gone to Vasant Valley and they've done well and they love the school. It's a school where the children love to go to the school. They love their teachers. They love the institution and they are doing well in this world, holistically. It's a school that nurtures children holistically. Vasant Valley is a holistic school. For that, Mrs. Rekha Puri and her team have done wonders as a parent and as somebody who knows the education ecosystem well. I can only say that what matters is what she's built. It's for you to see. Congratulations, Mrs. Rekha Puri.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the BW Education Best School of the Year 2025.
Please give Ms. Rekha Puri a big round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Anurag Batra. Thank you, BW Education. Thank you, judges, for giving me this award. I would like to dedicate this award to all my team members in the school. When my husband Arun Puri and I started the school, we envisioned something that the academic and the non-academic, or I should say the extracurricular activities, will blend in seamlessly to give children a very balanced education. In fact, our building is designed so that half the building has got education, academic classes, and half the building has non-academic or extracurricular classes, but we also have a big sports field. The other thing is that Arun and I believe in, like you know, in inclusion and diversity. We want the neurotypical children and the neurodiverse children to study together, to grow together, to understand each other's needs, their challenges, and their differences. And this is the uniqueness of Vasant Valley School. बहुत बहुत प्यार से सींचा है इसे. For many years, I have nurtured it with love. And now my son-in-law, Raj Bhandal, who's sitting there filming me, he's joining me with fresh ideas and modern technology, which I know nothing about. And this will strengthen the tree, Vasant Valley tree, its roots, its branches, and it'll go taller and stronger. I am delighted to accept the award. Thank you.
And you know, again, Dr. Sasmit Patra spoke about the fact, and you know, I always felt gratitude because Mr. Puri was kind enough, and I remember it was 14th February, I was sitting in Mumbai and I applied for it. And I went and met Mr. Puri because of exchange. He said, I don't decide, Mrs. Rekha Puri, but I'll put in a word, right? And he called me and I had his direct number in AP direct calling from old office, and I picked it and he said, I managed to convince my wife to give you, your daughter an admission. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he said, you know, so I'm always grateful to her. And as I said, Vasant Valley is not a school, it's a cult. I don't know what they do to students, but as I said, the students love going there. They love their teachers. They have a certain bond with their teachers, in spite of being castigated sometimes for not the right things, and rightly so. So for building an institution which has nurtured the lives of families and children, Mrs. Rekha Puri, Vasant Valley's best years are, I'm sure, ahead of, and you also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Raj Singh Bhandal, who's a trustee on the Vasant Valley School. So thank you, Raj, for being here. And please give Ms. Rekha Puri a bigger round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Anurag, I got to run. I have a television debate at 8 o'clock on new education policy. It's a 1-hour debate with the communists. So, 1 hour. So I'm going into the battlefield. Kindly excuse me. I'm so glad to be here. So proud of what our people, all these people, awardees achieve. Congratulations. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presence. Thank you for, and I'm sure Himani will see you often. And
Ladies and gentlemen, a bigger, better, bolder round of applause for the chief guest of tonight's celebration. Thank you very much, Shri KJ Alphonse, for joining us, taking out time from your busy schedule and gracing the occasion, being a part of tonight's mega celebration.
Himani, I would also request Dr. Sasmit Patra to come on stage and give the next.
Before we move forward, I now request the national spokesperson, Biju Janata Dal, and Member of Parliament Rajya Sabha, Dr. Sasmit Patra, to join us on stage. Quickly on to the next one. BW Education Lifetime Achievement Award 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of this award formerly served as the chairman of AICTE, where he played a key role in reforming technical education in India. Renowned for his vision and leadership, he has been instrumental in advancing quality, innovation, and technology-driven transformation in Indian higher education. And the BW Education Lifetime Achievement Award 2025 goes to... Requesting everyone to kindly give a standing ovation. Join me as I welcome BW Education Lifetime Achievement Awardee 2025, Professor Anil Sahasrabuddhe. Chairman, National Educational Technology Forum, NETF, Chairman, EC National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAAC, and Chairman, NBA and former Chairman.
It is my pleasure to speak for Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe, a visionary academic, reformer, an institution builder, and above everything else, a good human being. He has spent a lifetime in the cause of education and made several important contributions. As a former chairman of All India Council for Technical Education, he brought passion and commitment to the reforms he attempted and also implemented. Beyond his administrative roles, he was the director of College of Engineering, Pune, and professor at IIT Guwahati, and as now the chairman of the National Education Technology Forum, his work stands out. He has continued to inspire in everything that he did and does. I have known him for several years as conscientious and honest. The Business World Education Lifetime Award 2025 is a recognition of his decades-long contribution to education.
Ladies and gentlemen, an absolute delight and a privilege.
Thank you, Business World. I'm really humbled. There are several awards, we keep getting it. But from a person like you, who has started Business World, and who has created a niche area in the area of business as well as in the education, getting an award from that is very, very inspiring for me. And you rightly said, since it is Lifetime Achievement Award, that more expectations are there thereafter. And most of the time, I remember my mentor, Dr. F.C. Kohli. So as age passes, you naturally get some Lifetime Achievement Award. So you are not doing any credit for that, but something or whatever has happened will come in. But nevertheless, I was very indeed pleased that this award has been given. I accept it, but there are many more things to be done. Some of the issues which were raised also I would like to mention on this platform. From the national education policy perspective, very important thing is multidisciplinarity, which was already embedded in the curriculum in various ways while in the AICT, which has been taken forward in terms of multidisciplinary education, where humanities and social sciences plays a very significant and important role. Some IITs and others were doing it, but now it is being spread to all other institutions as well. There is always an importance for sports and cultural activities for developing holistic students' life. And therefore, how do we also provide credits for them is also a very important area which national education policy talks about. And we have developed a unique ID called APAR, Automated Permanent Academic Account Registry, which is linked with Academic Bank of Credits. And everything that you learn apart from the formal education to informal can be creditized into that place. And that is very important. That becomes sort of a lifelong dynamic CV of a candidate where without taking any hard copy certificate or gazetted officer certificate, one can simply give the 12-digit ID, which is an APAR ID, and one can validate the accomplishments of that particular candidate. I think this is a very important area for our nation because none of the other countries have done it and which we do it.
Please give him a big round. He's leading that. So it's like a, let's say, Digi Yatra for education. You don't have to, everything is digitized.
Everything. I think it can go on. So I think I will stop here. I thank once again Business World Education for instituting this award, Lighthouse Awards. And in the first edition, I have got it. I'm very, very thankful to you, and I'm humbled again. Thank you very much.
I hate to correct you, but sir, I did not found Mr. Avik Sarkar and Mr. Arup Sarkar founded Business World. I only acquired it 11 years plus back. I'm a beneficiary of the work a lot of people did there. So I did found the Exchange for Media Group, but I I hate to correct you, and I have to tell you, when I was first introduced by Priya, who's the business head for education, to Professor Sesbuddhe, he'd just become the chairman of AICT, and the last chairman is a very close friend of mine. Dr. Mantha is I can say, a very close friend. I met him, and then I watched him over the years. He's a work alcoholic. I've met him many times on Sunday in his AICT office earlier. Now I went and met him in his new office. He works on Sundays. He's prompt in answering mails. He's solution oriented and extremely high integrity. If I am, all of your education pioneers, you can verify what I'm saying. So and he's always at it. He's working, thinking of new ideas, how to solve the missing pieces in the education puzzle. Apar is one of them. He's working on many ideas. I'm sure there'll be much more of Professor Anil Sesbuddhe to be seen in the future and the impact of his work. Please give Professor Sesbuddhe a bigger round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, a bigger, better, bolder round of applause to BW Education Lifetime Achievement Awardee 2025. With this, we move on to the next award, the next category, BW Education Visionary Leader in Education Award. A visionary entrepreneur and educationist. He is best known for establishing the Amity Education Group, which has become one of India's leading private education networks. Dr. Chauhan's work reflects his lifelong mission to promote excellence in education, research, and innovation globally. Ladies and gentlemen, BW Education Visionary Leader in Education Award 2025 goes to
We are extremely grateful to Business World for bestowing the Visionary Leader Award on Dr. Ashok K. Chauhanji for his dedication to the field of education. Dr. Chauhan's vision was always that if you combine the best of the East with the best of the West, you can create superhuman beings. So he laid the term for Amity as where modernity blends with tradition. Every Amitian, whether it is in India or anywhere in the world, is imbibed with the same philosophy, is given the best of professional education, but with a grounding of deep sanskars and values. And that is the vision of our founder, Dr. Chauhan.
The entire Amity fraternity is delighted by the conferment of this prestigious award by Business World of Visionary in Education to our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhanji. This is a recognition of his decades of pioneering efforts to transform education, research and training, not only in India but in many other countries. We are grateful to the Business World team and our old friend Anurag Batraji, who has known not only the Amity Group but the Chauhan family for a very long time. Thank you so much, Business World.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome BW Education Visionary Leader in Education Awardee 2025, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan. The procedure to clap is super simple. All you need to do is bring both of your palms together, just like that. Thank you very much. A bigger, better, bolder round of applause. तालियों पर जीएसटी नहीं लगता दोस्तों, तालियां टैक्स फ्री हैं।
Dr. Chauhan, it says day. Belated happy birthday to you. आपका 24 अक्टूबर को होता है हमने. Today is also Amity's Founders Day, and you're coming from that, so thank you for making time. And मैं एक कहानी सुनाना चाहूँगा. जब मैंने Exchange for Media start किया, तब मैं अमित नवल हम तीनों ने शुरू किया था. तो मैं इनके ऑफिस में मिलने गया. मैं और अमित मिलने गए. And he said, you're starting a new company if you need. And he shared his vision with us. I can tell you that he has created his vision into a reality. Look at the impact, and with your blessings, we were able to do okay in Exchange for Media. So I remember my first interaction, and since then, thanks to you, I have known Atul and Asim, and you invited me to Atul's wedding. I came to his wedding, and I keep saying, Mrs. Puri, the institution is bigger than the people behind the show. That's what you've done. That's what Mr. Puri has done in India today, and in some way, that is what Mr. Ashok Chauhan has done by making Amity bigger than their own name. They could have easily splashed themselves on newspapers and magazines, and there's no problem with that. But congratulations, Dr. Chauhan, and all yours.
Can I say something? Few days back, I got a letter or WhatsApp from Anurag Batra ji. Even without reading full, just I could see that there is something about the award. I told Anurag ji, we have so much liking for you, we adore you, we respect you, I accept your award. So this is the personality because of him. And I must tell you, today being here, all those who have been awarded or spoke, I know most of them, and I must tell you, when in 1994, I came back from 28 years of stay from West Germany, and being the biggest entrepreneur in non-European, in the East-West unification, became the biggest investor there. So I came here because I told now I want my students, 2.5 lakh students now, 8 lakh alumni, to make them so capable that in the whole world they make name. Today, when this Sangathan was there, 10,000 students came from my 50 entities in India and 30 entities all over the world. So, meeting you all, this inspiration. Justice Shikdar, I have been reading his judgments, and I have been telling to my students, 11,000 law students, please read the judgment of the judges like Shikdar ji. And what I want to tell you in your presence, I am feeling so elevated. Actually, all those who got the award, I don't belong to that category. They are much more senior, capable, worthy, and recognized. So, but Anurag ji ne bola, to maine kaha main to foreign aa jaunga. And Sahasrabuddhe ji has been always guiding me. Sir, if you would have not guided, MIT will not be today what it is today. Alphonse, when he was the Minister of Culture and Travel, he came to me, I learned from him, from everybody. And our Odisha
Patra.
Sasmat Patra, he came about I think a decade back, and my Vice Chancellor is always telling, sir, we should call him again. The students were so motivated, but the condition is you should be there when we invite him. So that could not be possible here, but his speech was so liked by the students. So I will not take time to tell everybody is a guru for me. I've learned from them. When I came after 28 years stay, I have no knowledge of the education, but only one mission, only one mission, and कि भाई इंडिया को वर्ल्ड में हमारे मोस्ट रेस्पेक्टेड मोदी जी जो कहते हैं विकसित भारत तो बनाना ही है, पर 2047 में इंडिया को नंबर 1 इन द होल वर्ल्ड बनाना है. और तीसरा जो है मेरा है कि जो इंडियंस हैं वो पूरे वर्ल्ड में जाकर बताएं कि हमारी कल्चर है, जो हमारे संस्कार हैं, जो वैल्यूज़ हैं, कितना भी आप पढ़ा लीजिए, अच्छा कितना भी आप दे दीजिए. तो हमारी अमिता जी जो है एमए संस्कृत हैं, एंड शी इज अमंग द टॉप लीडर्स इन एजुकेशन. In how many 15-16 schools she has got or more in the India total, I think more than 25-30 schools. So idea is that learning from you people, जो भी award मिला है, जो सामने बैठे हैं, I should practice it. And the biggest earning of my life is that my son Dr. Atul Chauhan ji, who studied in UK, University College of London, LSE, Asim Chauhan ji, who spoke, he studied in the Wharton. they have become worthier than me, competent than me, and more dedicated for India to make a global superpower. This is the biggest. I mean, Abhay Chauhan studied Wharton, senior vice president. So what I mean to say, if we can see the development of our next generation, that is the biggest earning for us, as the lady spoke. So I'm very glad to be with you, Anuragji. I am so proud to be here, and thank you very much. And further motivation, further inspiration, further power, energy. When I go back today, from tomorrow, it will be still more harder and stricter.
You know, एक मेरे को पता नहीं, मेरे को याद नहीं है किसने बोला था, but somebody tell me the great quality of great people is whenever you meet them, they make you feel special. And whenever I've met him, I've not met him, I meet you more, Atul. Whenever I've met him in the past, he's always made me feel special in one-on-one. I'm sure the people that work with him, I know some of you who've been with you for 25 years. I met you 26 years back for the first time. They also the same, talk about you, ki kaise aap unko, you make them feel special. You have your vision, you have your ways, you have your, whatever you want to create. And you rightly said that your legacy will only grow with, I know Atul and Aseem better than your third son. With them in charge, I'm sure the best days of Amity are ahead of us. So thank you for...
One sentence still. Today in this presence of my 10,000 students all over the world, I told that if you become a source for God, that God needs you, then He has to take care. I was telling there in 2047, I will dance with you and sing with you. And I could see the people asking, how old is our founder? I told then I will be 104 years old. Today I'm 83 years old. So what I mean to say, if we become the servant of the God, it is His duty, it is His worry, it is His job to take care of us. So this I told to everybody. People don't understand it. They say, oh, what he's telling, what he's telling. But when they listen it, they say he's right. And you will see with me, beyond 2047, we will make India a global superpower. We will sell to the whole world. So that I want to share with you. Many people will say, no, he's mad. He's telling God needs us. But when you think on it, if you make yourself the servant of God, He will take care of it. This is my way. How can I dance in 2047? Because of Him, He needs me. Absolutely. Why He will say 110 years, He needs me. Sorry, sir.
इनमें दो चीजें मैं बोलूँ. One serious. All the winners, I kept thinking, I wanted to buy something special. And then all of you are very accomplished in your lifestyles, are abundant in every way. So I am gifting a book called Fluke. उसका एक verbatim translation है तुक्का. But it's about serendipity, it's about chance, it's about luck. I'm a Hindu, so prarabdha, preordainment. But the gist of it's a lovely book written by a social scientist called Dr. Brian Klaus. And he says that everything is a fluke, it's serendipity. And it happens, in Hinduism we say it's preordained. So I'm sending one copy of that. Mr. Bandal, I'll send you one extra copy. So I'll send it to you. You'll love reading it. It's lovely stories. And the other thing you talked about God. I said you have to be God-loving and wife-fearing. If you're God-loving and wife-fearing, you'll do well in life. Yeah, that's what I keep saying to my children, that if you love God, don't be fearful of God. Love God. You shouldn't be fearful of God. Only if you've done something wrong, you should be fearful. You should be God-loving, and in my case, you should be wife-fearing. If you're that, then you'll do okay in life. But on a serious note, please give Dr. Ashok Chauhan a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a bigger, better, bolder round of applause for BW Education, Visionary Leader in Education Awardee 2025. Well, this is the inaugural edition of BW Lighthouse Awards. Quickly on to the next category, BW Education Catalyst in Education Award 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, this award goes to a distinguished academic leader. She has been a strong advocate for higher education reforms, women's empowerment, and youth development in India. Her work reflects a deep commitment to building inclusive, globally competitive educational institutions. And the BW Education Catalyst in Education Award 2025 goes to Please put your hands together for Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General, Association of Indian Universities, Chief Commissioner, Guides at Bharat Scouts and Guides.
Hello everybody, I am Dr. Madhu Chitkara, Pro-Chancellor Chitkara University, and special thanks to Anurag Batra ji and his team from BW that today I am missing a great function, great event where my great friend, my great leader and my mentor Dr. Pankaj Mittal is going to be honored by BW Education Catalyst as a BW Education Catalyst and Education Award. Everybody knows about her, and I think all of us sitting here, I'm virtually with you, but those who are there and seeing her talking about the education, talking about the future of education, and talking about that how it has to be globalized education in the whole world. She is instrumental, and I am a great fan of her. Whenever I listen to her in any of the events, in any of the panels, there is so much to learn from her. Thank you, Pankaj ji, for always guiding us, always mentoring us.
Ladies and gentlemen, a bigger, better, bolder round of applause for BW Education Catalyst in Education Award 2025, Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal.
So, thank you, Anurag ji. Thank you, BW Business World, for this award, and it is rightly named as Catalyst Award. So, Catalyst, maybe because it's a long journey, 38 years. I was mostly with University Grants Commission, which acts like a catalyst. Now I am with AIU, which again works like a catalyst. UGC like a father, AIU like a mother, hand-holding, UGC like a regulator. And I think that this all 38 years has been a very, very evolving journey, because when I went from, say, UGC to, I worked in UGC for 25 years, and then when I went as Vice Chancellor of this rural women university, I knew that the policies which we made sitting in the air-conditioned rooms in UGC, when you have to implement those very policies, where the shoe pinches. Because that is a totally different ball game, making a policy and implementing the policy. And I think I was a much better administrator when I came back from the university, where I served as a vice chancellor for 6 years, that to a rural women university. And again, one big revelation which I had was that although it was a rural women university, there was no connect with the community. So most of the universities, they don't have a connect with the community. So how to build bridges between the community and the university, that is what I did when I made a Center for Society, University Interface and Research. And then when I came to AIU, which is the biggest or the largest university association in the world, I knew what it takes to hold a family of 1,100 universities. It's a 100-year-old organization. I am the second women secretary general. In 100 years, I am the only second one. And keeping such a family together, and as a mother, it's really a big task. So thanks to Business World, thanks to Anurag ji. Anurag ji does everything very, very differently. सो उनके लिए 2 लाइनें हिंदी में बोलती हूँ कि बिल्कुल अलग तरीके से कैसे करते हैं, वो अलग तरह के इंसान कैसे हैं कि कुछ लोग थे जो वक्त के सांचे में ढल गए. मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल आर लाइक दिस. कुछ लोग थे जो वक्त के सांचे में ढल गए और कुछ लोग थे जो वक्त के सांचे बदल गए. तो अनुराग जी ने सांचे बदले हैं. थैंक यू अनुराग जी. थैंक्स टू बिजनेस वर्ल्ड फॉर गिविंग मी दिस अवार्ड. थैंक यू.
Now I want, it's a request, humble request, I want you to say a few words, sir.
I can only say, I don't want to talk about the next awardee, but Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, whenever Priya or me invite her for our BW education initiatives, she gives her name, time, she's shared many of our juries. She will make sure that she's there on time, give away the award. So in our journey, she's played a very important role, and she's always encouraging for our initiatives. Her professional accomplishments are known, and I have some common friends who, Shashankji being one of them, who praise her so much as a person beyond the, the professional role. So I'm sure we need more women leaders who are role models for all of us. So congratulations and thank you for your kind words. I'm not sure I deserve it. Justice Shakdar was asking, is your wife here? अगर आपकी wife भगवान बन के आ गई तो क्या होगा? मैंने कहा वो तो है ही. But my wife's office is next door, and I said to her that please come. These are important awards. I don't call you to every. No, but Prasanna has told me, Prasanna, my son who's in class 12, that Mrs. Rekha Puri is getting it, so you can't go. It can't look like, she's getting it because you are there or something. So my wife didn't come. That's the honest reason, okay? I have a text from my son to prove that, right? So I don't know. I want to start a Lifetime Achievement Award. If I win that, or somebody should start, then I'll really feel I've achieved something. All my life I was looking for, acknowledgement from my mother, and I got a lot of it. Then my wife, and these days it's strangely my daughter. So I think you grow in life, but thank you for your kind words. Please give Mrs. Mittal a big round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, BW Education Catalyst in Education Award 2025. Congratulations, ma'am. Super simple, right? Thank you. And as we are headed towards the final few awards for the evening, I request all the winners to kindly stay back with us till the end of the program for a group magazine cover picture. With this, ladies and gentlemen, the next category is BW Education, Educational Institutional Builder of the Year 2025. An accomplished academic and institution builder, he has played a pivotal role in shaping JGU into a globally recognized multidisciplinary university. He is widely respected for his contributions to legal education, research, and governance reform in India and beyond. And the BW Education Educational Institutional Builder of the Year 2025 is BW Education Educational Institutional Builder of the Year 2025. Please put your hands together for Professor Dr. C. Rajkumar. Founding VC, OP Jindal Global University, Sonipat, Haryana, India, and Dean, Jindal Global Law School. Ladies and gentlemen, not without an applause. Let's give it up. Come on.
I know you don't believe in awards as recognition of anyone's capabilities, but it is a great honor that your community is bestowing on you. And it's a recognition for all the sweat and blood in creation of Jindal Global University. What Naveen and you have created is a great asset for India and its future, and we need many, many more JGUs. So hopefully this award is motivation to keep doing what you do. And congratulations, I'm very proud of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for BW Education, Educational Institutional Builder of the Year 2025. This would be the time where someone pops in with a whistle or maybe a bang on the table, right? Come on, let's give it up. Final few awards for the evening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anurag Batra, and of course, BW Education. It's an absolute delight and an honor to be in the company of fellow educationists, both representing school and higher education. So many individuals who are in this room, as Pramod said, are people who we regularly meet, get inspiration from, have been mentors as well. So it's a real collective recognition of all what we do every day to advance the cause of higher education. I'm grateful to have the presence of Dr. Sasmit Patra and of course Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shakdar and also Dr. Alphonse. I also want to say that, when you have these award functions, it's customary for the host to get messages from very, very distinguished people who have known you and who have given sort of were leaders in the various fields. And I am so happy that he got the message from the only person who really matters, which is my wife. So I am grateful to Pratibha because so much of what we do in our working lives, our partners, our those who have been part of our journey, my family in particular, Pratibha and the two kids, they have made immense sacrifices. In Pratibha's case, made both professional and personal sacrifices for me to be able to pursue a calling in life, which is to return to India and to be part of this effort. So I remain eternally grateful to Pratibha and of course my kids for what I've been doing. I want to quickly say that a lot of things have been said about individual achievements here. This award has been possible because of my benefactor and founding chancellor of O.P. Jindal Global University, Mr. Naveen Jindal. Actually, people don't know much about the fact that he is an extraordinarily generous philanthropist, not only because of the fact that he has put in nearly 4,000 crores to build this university, but also, unlike many other initiatives, not just here, but also around the world, he's deeply committed to values of academic freedom and autonomy and independence, which has enabled the institution to be what it is today. And so I want to dedicate this award to our Chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal. I also want to say that this is a team effort that has brought us to where we are. The 16,000 students who are present on campus and around the world, the 16,000 plus alumni who are present across India and around the world, and the 4,000 plus faculty and staff who I represent as a leader in the university. All of them are responsible for this award. So I want to, congratulate all of them for this recognition. Lastly, I want to say that Dr. Alphonse did paint a relatively dim picture of the state of education. I want to take a cue from what Professor Sachrabuddhe and others are in the field of education who are every day part of an effort, which is that we are a truly inspiring story in India. At the dawn of Indian independence, we had literally 20 universities, and now we have 1,000 plus universities. We have a 40 million plus student community who are part of the education ecosystem. In almost every indicator that we have seen in the last several years, India is progressing, Indian higher education system is progressing, and we have our own set of challenges that we need to constantly confront to fulfill it. But I am confident that because of the extraordinary impetus that the young people in India have been able to forge, and the fact that we have been able to provide high quality education at an affordable price point, both public and private, is the single most important factor that has democratized Indian higher education. And that's why we are today leaders in frugal innovation. Whenever I go abroad, I tell my friends around the world that if Hollywood makes movies such as Interstellar and Martian for nearly $100 million, India actually sends real people to Mars and Moon for $75 million. We are true leaders in frugal innovation because we have been able to democratize access to education, including access to science and technology for a large number of people who simply can't afford. The demographic dividend that we are seeing today, which makes us 1 billion of us who are less than 35 years of age, I believe is going to be the single most important factor that will determine the future. I want to thank Anurag Batra and BW Education for recognizing the contribution of education sector and educationists in advancing the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. I don't believe that we could achieve that vision without education becoming the centerpiece of the future of India. I'm grateful to every individual who are present here. I also want to specifically thank Dr. Pankaj Mittal, the Secretary General of the Association of Indian Universities, with whom all of us work as a member of the AIU, because she has democratically engaged with universities across India and provide a unique space for us to voice our concerns and build an institutional identity. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence here. To be able to be receiving an award along with all other educationists here is a true honor, and I am deeply grateful to Dr. Anurag Batra and BW Education. Thank you, my dear friend, Dr. Patra, and the Honorable Justice and Dr. Alphonse for having me here and be part of this experience. Thank you.
Give him I want to tell all the winners, I have a personal story. For 10 years back, a lawyer friend of mine introduced me to him. Today he's in Copenhagen. That's why he's not here. And then subsequently, I kept meeting him. When we were launching the legal publication, I went in. I am a work alcoholic. I know a lot of work alcoholics, people who work drives them. Of course, family is very important. But the kind of, if you know his daily schedule, I think I'll be close. He gets up at 4:30 a.m. He's sometimes in his car at 5:30 a.m., goes to Sonipat. He's working there, and because distances matter, he took, I think 4 years back, he took an office in Taj Mansingh, but he still goes 2 days a week. And Ms. Pratibha Jain, who's his wife, and she's a GC of a very large enterprise, and a very successful professional in her own right. In fact, I didn't know they were husband-wife for a while. I got to know it a little later. You got a Lifetime Achievement Award. But she rightly said, because the kind of global faculty you brought at OP Jindal, the kind of faculty exchange, student exchange, you're not only a ambassador for OP Jindal Global University, you're an ambassador for Indian education. I know it because of the kind of things you do. So he gets up at 4:30 and he's working. You send him a text at 10 p.m. in the night, he'll answer. By morning, thing is done. He'll follow up, he'll close the loop. So I don't know whether he's in much below average, which is an MBA, but he definitely follows 2 rules. He works hard and he closes loops on things, and he's a very kind person. I've gone to him. I will not give names, but a friend's son was rusticated. Not a good thing what he did. It was a very difficult thing. But I went to him and I explained the circumstances, and he did his best. He was, he was sensitive. He could have said no. I mean, what could have? And I've gone to him for other things. Till now, he's never said no to me, and I've not gone for like anything that is. But it takes effort to be able to do whatever he does. So apart from his professional accomplishments, which are huge, you know where OP Jindal is. You, sir, both of you know, all of you know. He's very driven. He puts in a lot of hours, and he makes sure he's kind to everyone who interacts with him. So I would say, I would value his kindness over his professional achievements. And so thank you for being so kind, Dr. C. Rajkumar. Thank you.
Heartiest congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. Big congratulations. Kindly exit the stage from the left side for your individual portrait. Ladies and gentlemen, final few awards for the evening. The next category is BW Education Entrepreneur of the Year 2025. A forward-thinking entrepreneur, he focuses on bridging the gap between academia and industry through technology-driven, experiential education models. His work reflects a strong commitment to nurturing future leaders and fostering a new age learning ecosystem. And the BW Education Entrepreneur of the Year 2025 is... Please put your hands together for Mr. Pratham Mittal, founder at Theatre and Masters Union. BW Education Entrepreneur of the Year 2025. How about a bigger, better, bolder round of applause?
Congratulations, Pratham. Very well deserved. What you've done in the last 5 years, many people take decades to do that. So if there's anybody who can lead the change in the Indian education space, it's you.
Congratulations, Pratham. This is just one of the many, many, many awards that are lined up for you in the future. Here's to taking this ship upwards and onwards.
Congratulations, Pratham.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a bigger, better, bolder round of applause, let's congratulate BW Education Entrepreneur of the Year 2025, Mr. Pratham Mittal.
Give Pratham a big round of applause.
Heartiest congratulations.
Thank you, Anuragji, so much for putting me in this group of people. I don't think I deserve it yet, but I will collect this award, but I'll only accept this award maybe in a few years once I feel I've deserved it. But thank you so much for giving me this stage and for giving me so much respect. I have to say a few things about the people in this room. It was only because of Shri Pramatji that I had the confidence to even think about starting Masters Union because of what he had done 25 years ago with ISB. I would not have even dreamt of thinking about Masters Union had it not been for him. Before starting, he's not here. Before starting Masters Union, I met him in the evening once, and I got the entire blueprint from him as to how to build Masters Union to the next step level. Raj sir, there you are. So you don't know how much you have inspired us. We are riding on your coattails. We are literally looking every day on your website what new things you're doing. And trying to learn from you. Really thank you for building something that we can aspire to be. Ashokji is not here, but it was because of him and his namesake, my dad. He just left. Ashok Mittal. They both took this bold step of building India's two first private universities in 2004, 2005, right? And it's only because of them that we all exist, I think. So, you know, huge respect for him. I'm seeing him for the first time in person. Incredibly inspiring for me. And, you know, before coming to India, I used to be in the US. I was really scared of the regulatory system in India, right? I had heard so many stories. But in 2020, I remember when I was moving back, my dad motivated me, gave me the confidence that Pratham, things have changed. And I'm telling you, ma'am and sir, Pankaj ma'am, Sahasrabudhe sir, he mentioned you by name and said, Pratham, don't worry. The country is changing. The regulators are becoming more and more progressive. You're going to be in the right hands. Please go ahead, right? And so thank you so much for all that you have done and made it so easy for bold ideas like Masters Union to exist. So thank you so much for that. We started Masters Union to build it as a global top 10 ranked university. The current top 10, Harvard, Wharton, Stanford, Yale, Stern, Sloan, NCI, LBS, Northwestern, you know, these 10 have existed as the top 10 for the last 60, 70 years. They have not changed, right? Top 10 companies by market cap, they change every few years. And that means that the world is progressing. But in education, they've just not changed, right? And I really hope that in the next 10 years, Masters Union or TETA can be India's entry into the global top 10 ranked universities. And with the people in this room, I'm sure we have the right platform to be able to do it. Thank you so much. And Sasmit sir, my campus, Gurgaon, is only 20 minutes. So you don't have to go all the way to Sonipat. But please, would love to invite you to the campus. And sir, we don't have a law school yet, but when we do, would love to invite you. So thank you so much. Thank you.
And you know, the story is, you know, we do our awards there through jury process. It's an honest process. Is it a perfect process? Nothing is perfect in life. So Pratham was there and I was in the jury, and I don't want to name the jury chair, and the jury chair was very democratic, but the jury members decided नहीं, वो तो उसके मम्मी पापा और चाचा ने बनाया है, right? And they didn't give him the award, and I was like, he's the best out of the cohort. Like I was called Priya and said, ये क्या है? You know, you get them to vote for him. She said, नहीं, उन्होंने सबने vote कर दिया है. And look at where is, so you know, awards matter, but what matters is what you do. Awards will follow. You're a great example of that. So please give Pratham, the youngest winner of the BW Lighthouse Awards, because, and I thought a lot when I was curating this to select Pratham or not. And I said, you know, everybody else is a sort of a stalwart, legend, you know, already an institution. You had early success and you're on your way and you're very young. And I said, if we select a young person, it will motivate other young people to take your path. So please give Pratham Mittal a big round of applause.
Heartiest congratulations.
The final award.
Final award. Absolutely final award. Ladies and gentlemen, BW Education Lighthouse Award 2025, a category that is bound to no introduction. The reason that we celebrate tonight's fine celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, BW Education Lighthouse Award 2025 goes out to posthumous honor for lifetime contribution to management education to late Dr. Preetham Singh, Padma Shri, educationist, institutional builder and management professor. Join me as I welcome his family on the stage. Hear it. Could I please encourage everyone to stand in his order, pay our respects.
And I would request Dr. C.P. Shrimali to come, because he's somebody who's worked very closely with Dr. Preetham Singh, first as a dean, faculty, then as a dean. I think you joined MDI in 77 or 78? 77. Of course, he is a Padma Shri. He was the member of the Prime Minister's.
It's with a profound gratitude and a very full heart that I stand before you to accept this award bestowed on my father, Dr. Preetham Singh. On behalf of my entire family and thousands of his students, I want to sincerely thank Dr. Anurag Batra and his entire dedicated team at BW Business World. Conferring the prestigious Lighthouse Award on my father, Dr. Preetham Singh, is an honor that means the world to us. As many of you know, my father was a great leader, a visionary, and a true force of nature. His commitment wasn't just to success, but to the future. He dedicated his life to building a powerful pipeline of leaders across the entire corporate, government, and academic spectrum. It's often said that he was a sun, the kind of rare individual who didn't just shine himself, but illuminated everyone in his orbit and empowering them to find their own light. Though he is no longer with us, this award ensures his legacy continues to shine brightly. Thank you once again for this beautiful and lasting tribute.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the BW Education Lighthouse Award 2025 to Padma Shri, late Dr. Preetham Singh. A bigger, better, bolder round of applause. His absence does not demand. Right. I'm hoping that this is the final award of the evening, and this is absolutely not the energy that I wish to impart to bid you farewell with, right? Ladies and gentlemen, on the count of three, a bigger, better, bolder round of applause, because this is about celebrating the effort. Heartiest congratulations. I'm certain you have something to add, sir.
Before I bring in Dr. Preetham Singh's family, I have Dr. C.P. Shrimali, who knew Dr. Preetham Singh. He was my prof at MD. I used to teach organizational behavior at OBOD area.
Thank you, Anurag ji, for honoring Dr. Preetham Singh. Very well deserved, because Dr. Singh has been my role model. I learned many things from him. And when I became director, how to become a successful director, he also gave me the tips. I have several anecdotes to talk about because he was a different kind of a leader who will demonstrate by action. He was an action-centric leader. And he will not just talk, he will demonstrate. He was a very visionary person. When he came to MDI, first day, the second day, we had a meeting in which I and he both had a fight. He said in the meeting that MDI is not known. We will make MDI known within a short period of time. And it will take, we will get 30 faculty members in a month's time, and those kind of things which he talked. So I disagreed with him and I said, sir, we can't allow 30 faculty members who are unknown to be coming in a big number. And don't say something as a leader which will not happen. Because if it is an unknown institution, why people will join? So we had some strong discussions. And a stage came when I left the room. I came to my room. In evening about 6 o'clock, Dr. Pritam Singh comes to my room and he says, I was just trying to assess the faculty. I would like you to be my dean and we have to implement these things together. And that was the kind of a person. He was like that. Second anecdote, we used to teach in the daytime or have administrative role as dean or something. But in the evening, on consulting assignments, normally we would work in the night. At about 2 o'clock in the night, we were working on some consulting assignment. Dr. Pritam Singh drops in. And we three colleagues were working. And he says, Shimali, क्या कर रहे हो, क्या प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है, चाय वाय मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा? तो उन्होंने कहा जरूर मिलेगा सर. He just wanted to check that those who are working in the night, whether canteen is open, whether food is available, tea is available or not, and people are working, they need to be recognized. Third instance, we were wanting to launch our international management program. And he said, who can teach this international management program? The faculty should be international. And that means their outlook should be international. So he gave me this responsibility, Shrimali. Being a dean, it is your responsibility to send all our faculty members abroad and get international faculty to MDI. And I think I remember when we launched our program before that, we signed several collaborative agreements of faculty exchange. And by the time he left, almost every faculty member has gone for teaching outside or international faculty coming in. So we used to discuss lot many things. He is coming in from an international flight, and within 3 hours he will be in the class as a teacher. He was a role model in that sense. He has to leave abroad for some, or go abroad for some meeting, and he is leaving from the class. He will sit in the class and exchange. Shrimali, I liked your this input which you have given, and you sit in my class and give my critique. So this is the kind of thing we used to do very regularly. Many times he would sit in my class, he would sit in everybody else. Everybody else was made to sit in the class of other colleagues and then do a critique that what kind of thing which you are teaching to the students. I also remember he asked once a question that, yeah, one curriculum part is one part, but ultimately our students look for job in the industry. So for the first batch, I think Anurag was the person who said, no, I don't want placement. But he said, he was very, very vocal and he said, no, I am not interested in placement. I'll set up my own. I will give jobs rather than seeking job. This is the kind of thing which he mentioned at that time. But then there are very many. So he asked me, Shrimali, if we want placement to be happening, we must know our curriculum should be aligned to the industry needs. Why should any industry fellow come and pick up our students? So we selected a group of about 45 CEOs and presidents of the companies, come for 2 days, debated at MDI what all they require, what kind of profile they require, what kind of competencies they require, and they made faculty to make presentation of the courses and sought ideas from them that what we are going to teach and what industry is requiring, what is the kind of a gap and how to fill that gap. So I think the time when he came in from batch 1 onwards, placement has never been a problem. Has never been. So he was such a dynamic leader, such a visionary leader, such a great administrator, such a great thinker. Because 5 Mantras to Lead is a book which he wrote. And he tried to interview people who have been very successful as the corporate leaders. Rusi Modi was one of them. Colonel S.P.Y. was one of them. So he interviewed each one of them, and we will sit together. He will take the faculty also along. But let us look at the journey of these people and then document it. And let us get some lessons out of it. So Pritam Singh was an institution himself. I really miss him. The day when I became the director, he came to my office and he said, Srimali, I came to congratulate you. So I went there and said, no, sir, I was just about to come to seek blessings from you. So he said, you see, never believe that as a director, you are the super boss. Ultimately, we work for a cause. And for this cause, remember that you have to manage your board and you have to manage your faculty and students. So therefore, anything which happens, which you want approval in the board, people come for a short period. But you should prepare for the board meeting and discuss with each one of the board members beforehand that these are the issues on which I want clarity and I want sanction. I think in the board meeting, they will become your spokesperson.
100%.
So several such tips he has given. And he was such a great institution. We really miss him. Thank you.
You know, we'll get him to speak, but I just want to say that just to sum up what Dr. Shimali said, there are leaders who are great with outreach outside their organizations. And there are leaders who are great with outreach within their organization. I think Dr. Pritam Singh was one such leader who was blessed to have both, and you can, and me can vouch for that, that he was great with his faculty and every stakeholder within the institution, and he was great. Before I acquired Business World for 17 years, I would write letters to Business World on MDI's ranking, and primarily that was with discussion with Dr. Pritam Singh. And I remember, sir, Professor Sehsbuddhe, जब मेरा नाम प्रपोज हुआ और आप एक दिन का मुझे शाम को फोन आया, अनुराग जी मेरे को अनिल सहस्बुद्धे जी का फोन आया है, मैं उनको अशोका में मिलने जा रहा हूँ. तो मैंने बोला अच्छा, तो मुझे समझ आ गया वो क्या. तो मेरे से वो पूछ रहे हैं, तो मैंने बोल दिया है कि हाँ अनुराग जी को बोर्ड पे रख ले. मैंने बोला सर आप फिर मुझे अनुराग जी बोल रहे हो, आई एम एज ओल्ड एज योर सन. नहीं मैं तो अनुराग. So he was, and then when I got onto the board, he called me and he met me and he said, you have to do these things. So he was so passionate about whatever he did. I think that's what he brought to. And his sons, Dr. Vipul Singh and Dr. Vikas Singh, are a great, testimony to his own journey. They are doing well. So back to you, sir.
भाई साहब के बारे में डॉक्टर अनुराग बत्रा साहब और पात्रा साहब ने और डॉक्टर श्रीमाली साहब ने इतना बता दिया, अब उनके बताने के लिए मेरे पास कोई शब्द नहीं बचा है. अब मैं अपने मुंह से क्या बताऊं. मैं दुनिया की निगाह में वो एक एजुकेशनिस्ट, एक इंस्टीट्यूशनल बिल्डर थे, लेकिन मेरे निगाह में एक प्यार करने वाले बड़े भाई थे हमारे. अब इसके आगे मैं
So please give Dr. Pritam Singh a big round of applause, bless his family, and we'll have a group photo and we are done for dinner. So if we can have the group photo with all the winners, I know 2 of them have gone, but Dr. Chauhan is, we didn't want to hold him for a long time. He's 83 plus.
मुझे लगता है कि खुशी के और प्यार के आंसुओं के लिए टिश्यूज़ की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. थैंक यू वेरी मच. ये आपका और उनका साथ ही है जो आप उन्हें रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं इस खूबसूरत बड़े मंच पर. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका. एंड विद द सेम लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, एज वी लव टू कमेमोरेट स्पेशल मोमेंट्स वेरी मच लाइक दिस वन, requesting all the winners across all categories to kindly join us on the stage with their trophies for a final group picture. And also requesting our presenters, the guest of honor, to kindly stay back with us for another couple of minutes for the picture. And with the same, ladies and gentlemen, with this we come to the end of the inaugural edition of BW Education Lighthouse Awards. With the same, my name is Sahibjeet Kaur and it has been an absolute privilege to be a host for this fine day. Requesting all the winners to kindly join us on stage along with their trophies for the final group photo.
Hello, hello. We will do one group photo standing first and then one seated.
Perfect. The first picture, I must request everyone to kindly stand, and for the second one, the photographer, the talented photographer will advise. Could I please encourage everyone to stand for this first picture? We're adding more chairs, please. यहाँ पर
एक और चेयर ले आइए प्लीज ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड थैंक यू मिस्टर मित्तल प्लीज
Thank you very much. The pressures of being the youngest in the list, right? Ladies and gentlemen, the celebratory moment is here. A bigger, better, bolder round of applause for all the winners. Heartiest congratulations. And now, if all the Snapchat and Instagram photographers are done, maybe the professional one would like to take a... Right. Could I please encourage you all to stand for one final
one
picture?
standing also please thank you
Thank you for being a part and the reason for the inaugural edition of BW Education Lighthouse Awards 2025.
yes, one only with the winners please
One-
only the trophy holders this time sorry sir.
Well, this is not the kind of smile I was expecting on the faces of the winners. Come on.
If you can come closer, please. If you can all come closer, slightly closer. Thank you.
And with the same, I request everyone to join us for a delicious meal. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening ahead.